Konnichi Gwan, because guys, in here Jamaican content creator. Welcome back to my channel and to the Konnichi Gwan podcast. You know the vibe. And today's video, we're going to talk about why I think Japan is not built for foreigners. And what I mean by, it might be an obvious thing, but there's certain things that are in every country that, I could get by here, or I could make it here, it's fine, I could do this here. And you feel like, it's cool, it's a good vibe. But definitely like Japan deliberately set up to make it a bit more inconvenient for foreigners to do things here. It just feels that way. And these are my observations for the last 11 years I've been in Japan, and I don't have the empirical data. You can go look it up yourself on Google. But if you listen to foreigners who have lived here for any extended period of time, they will say similar things, or similar things. But let's get into it. And it's also meant to be a bit of a satire as well. So don't take everything so seriously. You must be able to parse things. All right. So one of the things for me, I'm from the Caribbean as a Jamaican, as you know, and I'm very proud of that. And one thing about my country, Jamaica, is that we have one season, well, 2 seasons. Well, 3 seasons. We have election season. We have summer all year round, basically. And we have a hurricane season. So 3 seasons. Well, 4 track season. All right. The point is, in terms of weather, we only have really 1 season, and it's mostly summer. And we get a little bit of rain from, I think, July to November or September, which is the hurricane season. I can't remember exactly. Cool. Japan, if you don't like winter, I don't think you should be in Japan. Any temperate country, the winter is not built for me. It's a place where I've recognized that the sun shining doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be hot. You know what I mean? That's something, a concept that once we see the sun in the Caribbean, we know it's a good day, it's going to be warm, sunny, and everything. But in Japan, it means diddly, dak, diddly, wop. Sun could be shining as bright as like a diamond, and it's still cool. And I don't live in one of the colder parts of Japan. I live in the medium, Chiba. When I was in Toyota is much colder. Aichi is colder than Chiba. Persons in Hokkaido and Omori up there, so where the snow and the gift, when they're not going to pick up on itself. I hate snow. Snow is overrated. Let's move on before I get attacked by the snow bunnies. One of the things that I think that Japan didn't consider was the nomi hodai and tabi hodai, which is all you can eat and all you can drink. Now, I'm not saying that this is just a foreign concept of buffet, all you can eat. However, this in Japan, everybody thinks about the group and the benefits of the group more than the individual. And so with this in mind, the nomi hodai and tabi hodai were not designed for foreigners to take advantage of it. Because you see, let me tell you one thing about foreigners. We are going to get our money's worth of anything that we take here in Japan. Right? Japanese tend to get drunk after 2 drinks. Max 3. Maximum 3 drinks. And they are, spun. You understand me? Dizzy. Right? So, that's when you talk about how they pour the drinks. When they're pouring the drinks, it is to the T. It is accurate. It is like less within a millimeter of what's supposed to be. So don't expect when they say, hey, can I get a drink? It's going to be 1 shot. And they have the actual shot glass. They pour it into the measuring shot and pour it into your cup. Not a drop over. Unless you're either good with the bartender or you're a regular and you can say, hey, can I get a little more? Some places actually charge you extra for a shot and a half or 2 shots. Meanwhile, in Jamaica, they can I get a drink, please? They pour it till you say when most times, if you're, whatever. And so a lot of times the drinks in Japan are very weak, generally, unless you say koime. So say koime if you want it to be strong. All right? And boy, let me tell you, there have been times where I've had to this is nothing, man. Can I get a Long Island iced tea? And a Long Island iced tea has more ice than drinks. So basically, I'm ordering ice with a sliver of Long Island iced tea. You take 2 sips and it's done. Please stop this, Japan. The extra ice in the drinks makes no sense. But you tell them less ice and they still just pour the certain amount of drink and it stops like about 3/4 from the top. And you're like, where are the rest of my drinks? I don't need to put my lip inside to drink it, So yeah, with that in mind, foreigners, when you go to nomi hodai or tabi hodai, please don't finish their bar. Please don't run them out of business. I guess it's offset because the amount of foreigners that actually go to these places or have none of these places is offset by the amount of Japanese that actually go there, pay 3,000 or 5,000 yen for 2-hour nomi hodai, all they can drink, and drink like 3 drinks and are done. Or they order the drinks and drink half and put it back down. I don't get it. It's such waste, right? And evidence of this exact waste is when I was in Nagoya, living in Aichi, doing training at my current job. One of my friends at the time were in a club called Club ID. These are facts. This actually happened. At that point, clubs close at 2 a.m. All right? There was actually a law in Japan that prohibited people from dancing in clubs. You hear me? Nightclubs, you weren't allowed to dance. It was against the law. So they made things called lounges and cafes where people could go and dance, right? Not clubs. That rule changed sometime in 2015, going back. And the newer clubs got permission to dance, right? You can check it out yourself. We're leaving the club and my boys say, oh, we're not wasting all these drinks. And every unfinished bottle of Zima or Smirnoff Ice was walking by, drink. But of course, you'd have to ask what race he was. Sorry, that's what I'm going to say. You'd have to ask which country he's from, because there are only a very few countries that do things like that. But you never get a Jamaican to do that, ever, because we're so careful where we put our mouth, well, most people are. You could have got any form of disease that existed in humanity. Just taking drinks that are left by people who you don't know what they do, or you know what, anyway, I don't even care, because it just sounds about white to me. But yeah, moving on. Yeah, so that's it. The drinks, and all you can drink, all you can eat. Be careful of that. Eventually, they haven't made the rights of black people yet to go to the KFC, I think, which is in Osaka, or in Yokohama, in Kanagawa, that has the all you can eat buffet for 90 minutes, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, biscuits. They haven't made the rights to black people yet. Because I'm sure if we send a group of 10 of our average eaters, they'll be out of business. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. As I said to you, I guess the sum of the parts, Some of the parts. Another thing that I know that Japan doesn't really consider for foreigners is actually serving sizes and food sizes, which are actually more healthy, right? More healthy and fresh. The food in Japan is actually really fresh. Sushi, especially convenience, 3 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, the trucks are coming in and dropping off the sushi every morning. Every morning, that's dropped off. So they don't keep the sushi for more than a day and a half, maybe. And they throw it away. Cool. I got COVID in Japan, and as I said, I was hospitalized. And I don't know what was worse, if the food in the hospital tasted better than one in izakaya, or the izakaya tastes better than food in the hospital. But either way, I lost weight. And the servings were pretty much the same thing. The same thing serving in izakaya, they were serving in the hospital, except the fried part. But yeah, the point is, the food is pretty much not, built for the foreign palate. It's very plain and safe for the stomach and that sort of thing. So the food taste, yeah, if you need that, you're going to have to add your spices yourself to get to the Japanese food, mostly. But what I was saying about food, yeah, serving sizes. I didn't realize how gluttonous the West is until I came to Japan and asked for a large drink, and it looked like a kid's juice box. A kid's cup. A large serving in Japan is equivalent to probably a extra small, a medium in America. Yeah. Oh my God. Trust me, it's crazy here. It's crazy. The serving sizes are really proportional generally, and not gluttonous. For want of a better word. In America, everything is big and odious, and just sometimes you're like, so much food and sizes. People are like, oh, can I have like a double cheeseburger with extra bacon, extra whatever, large fries, cheese sauce, and a Diet Coke? Like, yeah, you should have just went all in, because the Diet Coke is not saving you from all of that you just put back in your thing, right? Speaking of sizes, I know that Japan is like trying to tell you, though, if you're a bigger person in Japan, if you're tall or big and tall, any one of those combinations, you're in trouble when you come to Japan as a foreigner. Because one, the stores don't carry your sizes, so you'd have to shop online. So it's like, hey, I don't want no fat people in my store. Please go online and order until you lose enough weight to come back in the store to try and close. There's a store called Shimamura or Sakazen, they carry larger sizes up to like 5 or 6 XL. Please also note the sizes in Japan are different. If you see XL in Japan, it's probably a large or medium in American size or Western sizes. Extra large in China is like a large. All right. I don't know why we have different measurements for what, but it is what it is. So if you've been here a long time in Japan, and you have to be careful of all these things. You have to be mindful of all these things, right? Cool. But I mean, Japan is their place, their country. We come here, we are invited, we are the honored guests that pay taxes, right? We're guests that pay taxes. We're visitors, so we are to act according to their rules and regulations, which I totally get. So some people just don't have that, and in Japan, don't understand that. So you're a guest, and to me, a guest should be afforded certain amenities that the regular person shouldn't be able to do. But I guess it's the other way around, because in Japan, as a visitor, you're expected to pay taxes, pay pension, pay health insurance, and still don't get some of the things that the regular citizens can get. But I'm not complaining, making some observations. And I think some things are set up in Japan that make it very inconvenient for you as a foreigner, to actually have a peace of mind sometimes, to be honest. And to most people, these are not deal breakers. They're just things that I feel that people don't really talk about enough in a constructive way. Oftentimes we make jokes about it and hide behind humor. But people are out there. You can imagine going to 4 different stores in a day trying to find a size 31 centimeter shoe, i.e. a 12.5 shoe, and then ask them and saying, Kakusama, ano, Sanjuichi wa, and they must say, no day. Like, yeah, we don't have that, but check online. Yeah, if you're fat and big, online stores are your best friend in Japan. Big and fat, big and tall, slim and tall, extra long arms, extra long legs, online stores are your friend. Alright, so don't bother. I'm not shaming anybody because I'm a bigger person. Yeah, I'm big. Yeah, I got a lot of extra pounds on me, so let's not go into it. For people before they get offended, oh my god, he's talking about belly fat. Shut up. Another thing that that Japan is not really made for foreigners, especially larger foreigners, taller foreigners, are the rooms. And how they design, and the height of the roofs maybe, and the door jambs, and the bathtubs. I can't sit in my bathtub, and I'm 6'1". Yes, people, I'm 6'1". I might not look it, but when you see me, like, oh my god, Pickles, you're so tall. Yes, I'm above average height, 6'1". All right, so I can't take a bath like most people do here in Japan. Bath bombs, envy them. I don't go to Lush like all these girlies and the soft people go to Lush through a bath bomb. Waste of time for me. I can't even sit in my bath tub. Alright, so that's a no-go for me there. Alright, cool. The bathroom is a cubicle within the house. Like, this is a square area. If I open my legs too wide, that's it. I'm hitting both walls. I've spanned the bathroom. I can literally fry an egg and take a dump at the same time in my apartment bathroom right now. That happens nowhere. First of all, design alone. I know it's built for economy and, the best utilization, the most efficient way of using a space, but in no other country in the world would the bathroom be, the toilet specifically, be in front of the stove. That couldn't work. That's a concept that, although the Japanese always speak about, the bathroom is a separate place, you have to have separate slippers for that bathroom to go in, etc., etc. Yeah! Not gonna work that way, then. Not gonna work. It's not gonna work that way, then. To me, it's not gonna work. But it is what it is at this time because, I've been here, make do what I do. First training apartment in Nagoya, bump my head on the door jam coming into the house, going into the bedroom all the time. And I was the shorter of the 2 persons in the building. The other guy was like about 6'2". So what? And he was slim. Yes, man. I'm telling you, it's just crazy to me, absolutely crazy. And it's just one of those things that they say the place is small, but you don't get it until you actually lived in a Leo Palace or lived in an apartment. But I guess New Yorkers understand. New Yorkers, anybody watching? No, let me know in the comments down below. No disrespect. Yeah. But that's basically it. Those are some of the things that I know. And also, why I know Japan is not meant for foreigners, really? the honor system here is something that is really taken seriously. There are many train stations, many supermarkets or stores that have their goods on the outside with no cashier. You can just leave your money in a box. Or the stuff is on the outside while the cashier is way around like 20, 30 meters away in the store. Unattended, nobody watching it. There's no train staff at the train station when you have to come off or you have to pay your ticket or to swipe your Suica card or to drop your ticket off or to pay your money even when you enter at some train stations, because the society is built on trust and honor and people will be truthful. Many countries, including my own, that would not be a thing, because people just walk in and go about their business and jump on the train and say, oh, I actually came from another station, not this one. And I've been tempted a couple of times. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw it as, wait, where do I swipe? No, you don't have to swipe? Oh, okay. I can ride for free? All right, let's do this. So, yes, be mindful of that. They really believe in the honor system here in Japan. And that doesn't, other societies may work in some, but I know it's not going to work in America. It's not going to work in Jamaica. You know what I mean? Why is that so? Why is it that these systems don't work? Also, the lining up of stuff here is absolutely crazy. To me, I don't join lines. I stopped joining lines when I was 15 years old. I stopped joining lines. Well, actually, I stopped joining lines ever since I started working at the bank in Jamaica, because that was the only line I was willing to join because I was getting money or taking money. And since I started working at the bank, me no join, no line. Oh, airports. That you can't get out of. Unless, I can't get out of the airport lines because I don't have no, you know what I mean? So, let me know what things in Japan, what may, in the comments, let me know, guys. Is Japan foreigner conducive now in 2025? Do you think Japan is more open to foreigners now and have systems in place to accommodate the same? Or is Japan just going to be for Japanese only, always, in forever and ever? Amen. Alright, if you made it to the end of the video, let me know. #end of the video. I'm out there because the guys in. Whoosh.